Welcome back, everybody. Groundbreaking news from October 23rd, 2023. The NBA now has its first non binary transgender referee in Flores. Apparently, this is a news story. Now, non binary, I don't even have a clue what that is. So we're going to have to look that up together right now. Non binary, okay. Non-binary. The idea that there are only two genders is sometimes called gender binary. Well, no shit, because binary means having two parts, male and female. Again, no shit. Therefore, non-binary is a term people use to describe genders that don't fall into one of these two categories, male or female. Okay, let me explain to you something. You can only be either a male or a female. There's no other option. There's no other category. You are either a male or a female, either a man or a woman. You can pretend to be whatever you want. I can identify as Elon Musk. That doesn't mean his bank is going to allow me to withdraw large sums of money from his bank account. In fact, those of you remember when I called the Denver, Colorado Ferrari dealership and I tried to buy that $800,000 car, and the guy told me I actually needed $800,000 in my bank account. And I explained to the guy very clearly that I have money in my bank account, just not quite $800,000. And he was a bigot and a Nazi and a transphobe and a homophobe for telling me that I need to have that money in my bank account instead of merely identifying as that amount of money. So I do understand, in a sense, I guess, where they're coming from. So, Flores becomes NBA's first non-binary and transgender referee. So, I mean, it's a chick. I mean, you can see it's a chick. And it's weird they want to be called them. They choose they-them pronouns, which makes no sense. I mean, you see people that put she, her, and he, him in their profiles to mainly show how stupid and emasculated they are. But she, her, and he, him still implies that you're either a man or a woman. Like, you are never going to walk up to somebody and go, hello, they. I've never spoken and had a conversation with somebody where I've called someone they. I would say they if somebody walks past us around the street and there's like a group of, smoking hot chicks or something that passes you while you're talking to a buddy and you go, they are pretty fucking banging. That's when you might use that term. You're never going to use that word when you're speaking directly to somebody. Like, I'm not going to speak to somebody and be like, and how are they doing? I mean, are you a fucking idiot? Anyway, this happens on a date with 56 numerology. And again, the Jesuit fingerprints, on a serious note, are always all over the Jesuit depopulation agenda that is the LGBT. Notice words like I am Kate, sum the 56, right? This is when Bruce Jenner transitioned. Remember back on January 21st, 2021, the mainstream media came out and told us that 5.6% of Americans identify as LGBT. Society of Jesus, 56. Now consider this. For the people who have a hard time understanding why the LGBT gets pushed the way it is, think about something. The United States of America has a population of about 332 million people. If you divide 332 million by 5.6%, it's going to equal about 18,600,000 people. None of those people are going to procreate. When they die, that family tree is done. It's over. You could argue unless they have siblings who are straight. But think about the mass genocide. That is almost 19 million families that are never going to procreate. People that are never going to, or families that will never happen because the individual will not procreate. Think about that. Think about if there was something that happened, some tragedy anywhere in the world that cost nearly 18.6 million deaths. People talk about what's going on in Israel and Gaza right now. That would absolutely dwarf that. 9/11, all these tragic plane crashes and wars over the years and plagues that have killed people. To put this in perspective, think about the extreme measures of COVID during 2020. COVID killed about 200,000 people in the United States, supposedly, what we called the flu before 2020. That was 200,000. That makes up 0.2 of the 18.6 million people that are going to ultimately die and never procreate in America. That's an astronomical number. Really consider that. Is it any wonder why they push this on people? And we'll get to it in a second here. Hang on. Remember, the Jesuit order's birthday is August 15th. They were created in Paris, France, which is another 56. And that's the 227th day of the year. And of course, 227 is the 49th prime number. Remember, from the Jesuit order's birthday to the date this happened is exactly 69 days later, like the Jesuit order. Like how October 23rd, 2023 was the same date that the NHL overruled its ban on Pride tape, which somehow is a story. We got all the emasculated FAGs out there, losing their mind. Oh my God, they banned Pride tape. It's like, how's this even a story? How can you? Of course, these are the same people that get offended by pancake syrup and don't know what a woman is. There was actually a guy. If you go back and watch my video, if you go back and watch a video I put out on Travis Dermott when he did that, there was a guy in the comments section that actually called me a snowflake. It's like, dude, you guys are the biggest fags on the planet. You're offended by everything. You're afraid of everything. You censor everybody and label everything misinformation or a conspiracy theory that you don't agree with or you're offended by. We're changing the names of professional sports teams. We're changing syrup bottles. Where the University of Wisconsin in Madison actually removed a rock, a boulder, a literal rock from the campus because they said it was racist. It's like, you got no right to be calling anybody else emasculated. And I'm sure he's got pronouns in his bio. But anyway, the point I'm making is Arizona Coyotes, who Travis Dermott plays for, is another 69. Again, that comes 69 days after the Jesuit order's birthday. Just phenomenal. And don't forget that Shea Flores wears the number 91, right? No, that's... Sodomy is not the reason that my name has 91 in it. That's not where Luxy 91 came for. It's my nickname followed by my birth year. But notice that Shea Flores, her name is 91 like sodomy, right? Adam Silver. Good old Adam Silver. Take a look at this guy and then try to convince me that aliens don't walk amongst us. Anyway, he's born April 25th, right? It's 181 days after Adam Silver's birthday. Remember, Pride Month ends June 30th, the 181st day of the year. And that's also the 42nd prime number. And we know Dwayne Wade's 42, and he's got the transgender child. Ultimately, Dwayne Wade should be thrown in prison for being abusive, him and his husband. Just like Barack Obama and his husband. Right? That's when it all started when I was in high school. Good old Obama started to glorify getting plugged in your ass. I remember when you didn't want to do that when I was growing up. Anyway, guys, I think we'll leave it there. I will talk to you soon. Till next time.